One of the most important parts of programming is understanding how to use the documentation. Unity has a wealth of documentation available online. It's organized into two primary sections, the manual and scripting. Let's talk more about the manual and scripting now. The manual teaches you how Unity is designed, and it also shows you how to use the editor. The scripting section is all about Unity programming. This is the section we'll be focusing on for this course. Let's visit the Script API documentation. So go ahead and click up here on Scripting API. If you look over here, you'll see that everything is organized into a hierarchy. Remember that we're writing scripts in a language called C#. C# determines how the scripts are structured and how the commands are called. And C# has tons of ways to establish relationships between objects. The Unity scripting documentation is divided into namespaces. In this case, Unity is using namespaces to establish the groupings of related objects. And the top two namespaces are Unity Engine and Unity Editor. The Unity Engine namespace is all about stuff that happens when your VR app is running. And the Unity Editor namespace is all about extending the Unity Editor. When you're just starting out, you probably won't extend the editor. Instead, you'll use what's in Unity Engine all the time. Let's talk a little bit more about Unity Engine. You'll see using Unity Engine at the top of almost every Unity C# script. This is very important because it gives you the ability to access all the objects in the Unity Engine namespace. So let's open up that namespace and take a look. So just go over here to the left, click the plus sign, and you'll see that inside of the Unity Engine namespace, there are more namespaces. There's even one dedicated to VR. Let's scroll down to classes and open that up. These classes are the most important objects to learn in Unity. As a reminder, classes represent what is common between objects. For example, all cameras have things in common which are described in the camera class. For now, be sure to bookmark this page because you'll use it again and again. Okay, now let's check out the camera class documentation. Scroll down to Camera and click on it. Okay, now scroll down and click on the background color variable. See the example code? Make sure you select C# at the top and not JS. JS stands for JavaScript. That's just a different scripting language, but we'll be using C# here. The background color variable is how you change a camera's background color using code. Remember making cameras earlier in this nano degree? Well, the background color here is the scripting equivalent to the background color on the camera component. Let's go look at that. So the documentation we were just looking at tells you how to change this color using code. Oh, and while we're here, here's a little trick for you. There's a shortcut to jump directly into a component's documentation. In the Unity editor, you can jump into the docs by clicking on the question mark icon in the editor. Check this out. It took me directly to the camera documentation, and I can click here and go directly to the scripting documentation for the camera. Pretty handy, right? Okay, now you've seen where the scripting documentation lives and how to use it. You'll use this again and again. It isn't light reading for the beach, but it's incredibly valuable and worth studying. Right, now let's move on and learn about creating objects using code.